Morning students. So in this video we are going to start the next chapter, that is chapter 8, office automation tool. Under that we are going to start the presentation basics. So presentation basics, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the OpenOffice Impress, so which is the equivalent software of the Microsoft PowerPoint. So the OpenOffice Impress is equivalent software for the Microsoft PowerPoint. So we are going to discuss about that in this chapter 8. So already in chapter 6 we have discussed about the OpenOffice Writer, and in chapter 7 we have learnt about OpenOffice Calc, and in this chapter we are going to discuss about OpenOffice Impress. So these are the discussion points which we are going to discuss in this first part. That is, first we are going to discuss about presentation software. What is a presentation software? And next we are going to discuss about what is an OpenOffice Impress, and opening a new presentation, creating a new presentation. So creating a new presentation can be done in three methods: with the help of the empty presentation, or from template, or we can open the existing presentation. Next we are going to see about parts of the Impress window, and the last one is the window elements of the Impress window, that is OpenOffice Impress. First, we are going to see about what is the meaning for the presentation software. So a presentation software, it is a software package, computer software package. What it do? It display the information, it shows, it presents the information in the form of slideshow. So slideshow is nothing but each and every slide will contain a continuity information that will be presented like a movie. It will be automatically roll over to the next slide. So based on the time duration or any transition effect, so it works similarly like a movie. So this presentation software has three major important function. First one is it has an editor. So editor to change the text, to modify the text, or to insert and format the text. So it has an editor. And next one is it has a method for inserting and changing and manipulating the graphical images in the slide. And the last one is a slideshow system to display the content. So the slideshow system is used to display the content which looks like a movie. Automatically it moves on to the next slide. And a presentation software is mainly used to create the presentation, and it is used for quiz program, e-learning packages, and multimedia products. So all the multimedia advertisements can be done easily with the help of this presentation software. And most presentation software packages will create their own multimedia product using the series of slides, the collection of slides. The multimedia product can be easily created with this presentation software. And the multimedia products, what are all the multimedia components? The text, image, video, animation, links, sound, graphics. So all these can be easily combined into a single slide and can be presented easily with the help of this presentation software. And the most commonly used known presentation program, the package, software package, that is OpenOffice, which is fully open source, and the equivalent for Microsoft Office. And here in OpenOffice, the OpenOffice Impress, so OpenOffice Impress is used, and we have told that it is equivalent for Microsoft PowerPoint, and also it is equivalent for Apple's Keynote, the Apple product Keynote, which is similar to this presentation software. So in this video we are going to learn about the OpenOffice package. So all we have from starting from chapter 6 we are learning about the OpenOffice packages. So in this video we are going to see about the OpenOffice Impress. First we are going to learn about what is an Impress in OpenOffice software. So what is OpenOffice Impress? So Impress is an OpenOffice package, that is a presentation module which is mainly used for presenting the information in the form of slideshow, and the user can create the slides using the Impress software, and the slide will contain the multimedia components, that is text, bulleted number list, tables, charts, even images, graphics, animation. So all these multimedia components can be easily added in the slides. And even the Impress software has a spell checker and also an inbuilt dictionary, that is thesaurus. So inbuilt dictionary for identifying the mistakes in the grammatical error or a spelling, or all these can be done easily in the Impress software. And also it has some pre-packaged text styles will be there, background styles, layouts, templates. So all these slide templates, all these comes under in a pre-packaged manner with this OpenOffice Impress. Next is opening a new presentation. So it is almost similar to the how we open the OpenOffice Writer and OpenOffice Calc, the same procedure. So you can start the Impress in several ways. First one is, in order to open an Impress using Start button. First click on the Start button, then click on All Programs and OpenOffice. Under that you can select OpenOffice Impress, which is given in the first image. And the next one is, in case if it is already pinned in the shortcut of the Start menu, means you can just directly click the OpenOffice Impress icon, which is given in the second image. So these are the two ways that the OpenOffice Impress can be opened, that is a new presentation can be opened. Now we have opened the presentation software, that is the OpenOffice Impress. Now we are going to create a new presentation. The new presentation can be created in three ways. So one is by selecting an empty presentation, that is a blank layout, and the second one is by selecting the template. The predefined styles will be given in the templates. The template can be selected. And the third one, we can select the already open existing presentation. So these are the three ways for creating a new presentation. First we will see how to create a new presentation using the empty presentation option. So first we have to select the empty presentation under the type. So the first image, it creates a empty presentation from the scratch, from it is a blank presentation, no layouts, no styles will be there. Then we have to click on the next button. The presentation wizard, that is step 2, appears. There we have to select the slide design. The slide design can be selected. The slide design section gives two main choices, that is presentation background and presentation. These are the two options can be selected under the slide design. And next one, you have to, each one has a list of choices for slide design. The presentation background will have some list of choices. There we can select the various option, and even the presentation option will have some list of choices. Based on the user need or user requirement, the options can be selected. In case if the user want to select other than these two options, that is the presentation background and presentation means, other than these two means, the user can click on the original, that is below the select an output medium, the first option in the select an output medium, the first option is original. The user can click on that. So after that the user can view the model, that is the preview will be displayed in the right hand side. So this is how the user can select. And then original is an empty background. So original is an empty background, we no need for the presentation basics, or we no need for the presentation means, the user can select the original option, which is an empty background, and in that the user can select the predefined presentation, that is the original, introducing a new product means, and also a recommendation of strategy. So all these are the various three options under this original. And after clicking the selected option, the user can preview the design, preview the slide design in the preview window. And the presentation will be used under an select an output medium. You can see generally the presentations are created for the computer screen display. So you can just use the slide also. By default it will be selected as screen. We can change the option as slide also, or overhead sheet, or a paper, that is a A4 sheet. Like that the options can be, the output medium can be changed. And after that you have to click on the next option. The presentation wizard, that is step 3, appears. So in this step the user can choose the desired slide transition from the effect drop down menu. So in the effect drop down menu you can able to see there will be various effects. So the user can select the effect option and also the desired speed for the transition between the different slides. So travel time between moving time from one slide to another, the speed can be selected. So this is how the effect and the desired speed can be selected in the step 3. With these 3 steps in the empty presentation, the user can create a presentation with the help of this first option, that is empty presentation option. And the second option for creating the new presentation is using the template. So if the user want to choose the predefined template, means the user can select the option called from template. It uses a template design which is already created based on the new presentation. So the presentation wizard changes to list of available templates. It displays the list of available templates. The user can select the required one. So from there the user can select the required one. The preview will be displayed in the preview tab. So this is how the user can create a new presentation with the help of the using templates. And the third step for creating a new presentation is using open existing presentation. The user can select the option open existing presentation. This option helps the user to continue the work which is previously created presentation. So the user can open an already worked presentation and continue the work by clicking the open button. So this wizard will display the list of already existing presentation. From that the user can select the required one. So the various ways for starting the OpenOffice Impress is, the user can start in with the help of the OpenOffice, the quick starter, the star window, that is the star center. The star center, from the star center the user can select the OpenOffice Impress, or the user can click on the new icon from the file menu, or the user can click the triangle to the right of the new icon from the in any OpenOffice window. In the under the file menu the new option will be there. In that you can able to see a small triangle will be right side view triangle will be there. From there the user can click on the OpenOffice Impress, that is the presentation. So these are the 3 methods for starting an OpenOffice Impress. And the next topic is the parts of the Impress window. So the main parts you can able to see, it have 3 parts. First one is slides pane, and the workspace, and the task pane or the sidebar. So these are the 3 main parts that the main Impress window will have. So additionally we have several toolbars with respect to the each pane. So first we see about what is a slides pane, what all the content will be available in the slides pane. So the slide pane will contain the thumbnail picture. You can able to see a small thumbnail, a square image of the existing slide, the current selected slide. So thumbnail picture of the slide in the presentation in the order of the insertion of slide. In case if you insert any new slides, based on that the insert or delete, whatever you do the arrangement in the slides, it will automatically display the thumbnail picture of the particular slides. And by clicking the slide in the slide pane, it also selects and places it in the workspace. What are all the slide which are all selected in the slide pane, it will display the enlarged content, the exact content in the workspace area. and there are several additional functions or operations can be performed by adding new slides at any place within the presentation. You can add anywhere a new slide in between with the help of the slide pane, and we can mark a slide as a hidden. So once you mark the slide as a hidden means during the presentation, during the slideshow, the marked slide, hidden slide will not be shown in the slideshow. So like that you can mark a slide as a hidden, and also you can delete a slide from the presentation, and you can also rename the slide name, and also you can copy and move, and like that we can rearrange the order. So like that we can do all the actions in the slides pane by clicking a particular selected slide. And also we can also do the same thing other than using the slide pane, the same some other options like slide transition. So once you can select the slide, once you select the slide, after each slide we can set a certain transition effects. So like that how the slide to be exited, and how the new slide to be enter, like that the movement effects, animation effects, and the sequence of the slide can be changed, and even the slide design can be changed, and also the layout of the say for example a particular group of slides that can be changed. So these are all the various operations or the functions that can be done in a particular slide with the help of this slide pane. That is the first left side first part of the Impress window. So next the second part we are going to discuss is a task pane. That is the workspace will be discussed in the later part, and now we go with the third part, that is the third part, task pane or the sidebar. So here we have 5 major sections. So in this task pane we have 5 major sections. The first one is the master page. So master page is nothing but the page style for the entire presentation will be predefined by the user with the help of this master page. So even the Impress software contains the pre-packaged master pages or slide masters. So one of them by default will be the blank presentation. There won't be any text or any animations or any more multimedia components will be there. So the user have to add. So like that it has various designs and various layouts which is predefined. So the user can either use those predefined layouts or design, or the user can create a new master page. And the second section is the layout section. So it has a pre-packaged layout, and the user can choose any one of them and use it, or the user can modify the existing also. And the third one is table design, and the standard table styles are provided in this section, that is the third section. And also the user can modify the appearance of the table with the selection, or the user can hide some specific rows or columns, or user can apply a banded appearance or a new look for the rows and columns. Like that the user can change the table design. So this is the third section. And the fourth one is the custom animation. Custom animation is nothing but the animation part can be easily customized by the user based on the user needs. A variety of animations of the for this particular selected elements in a slide are listed in this section, and the animation can be added to be selected for a particular element of a slide, and also it can be changed or removed later for in case if it is not necessary. Likewise the custom animation section uses the animation effects. And the last section is slide transition. So the fifth section in this task pane is the slide transition. So transition, there are how the slide to be moved from how the slides to be transferred from slide 1 to slide 2, and it goes on like that. Even no transition effect can be selected. The user can select the transition speed also, like slow, medium, fast, how the movement of the slide should be, how fast the slide should be moved. And the user can choose between an automatic or manual transition. Automatically, once in a particular duration, automatically the slide get transferred, or the user can select a manual transition by clicking enter or clicking spacebar or the mouse click. Like that, the manual transition can also be done. So like this, the slide transition can be selected. So these are all the major 5 sections available in the third part, that is the task pane or sidebar. So the second part, that is the workspace, we will discuss in the later part, since it has a huge concept and the main important concept. So we discuss in the later part. And the last topic which we are going to discuss in this part 1 is the window element of Impress. So here you can able to see in the diagram the elements of the Impress window, and the window elements of the Impress will have the most similar elements which we have discussed in OpenOffice Writer and also in OpenOffice Calc, that are title bar, menu bar, toolbar, roller bar and the scroll bar. So all these are more very similar what we have discussed in OpenOffice Writer and also in OpenOffice Calc. So because the layout is same, is an OpenOffice application, so that are those elements are very common. And apart from these similarities, there are some unique window element of Impress are available. So first one is the view button. So you can able to see in the just above the workspace, you can able to see the view button. There will be 5 tabs will be there. First one is a normal, outline, notes, handout and the slide sorter. So these are all the types of views of the workspace. So or we can say the slide. So how the slide can be viewed in different format. So these we will be discussing as in the topic called workspace in the next part. So these tabs, these options will be available in the view button. So we can select the view which we want, and we can see how the slide can be viewed in these 5 various types. And next one is the status bar, and you can able to see the status bar will be present in at the bottom of the window, which gives some additional statistics or general information about the particular presentation or the file. So it say for example, it gives information about the slide count, the number of slides, and the also the default language, like that, and also it shows the exact slide page size, like that. It gives additional informations, and in case if the user doesn't able to view the status bar, means the user can select the status bar from the view menu, and under that option you can select the status bar. So there the user can view the status bar option. So by clicking that, the user can view the status bar. And the third one is the navigator. So navigator displays all the objects that are contained in the document, the entire document, and also it is most convenient way to move around within the document, and you can easily find the items or the tools or the elements which we have included in the presentation. So and say for example, and the user can easily move among within the elements like pictures, if the user added pictures, spreadsheet, and any elements that the user added, means the user can easily move on to the or navigate within the document. And in case if the user doesn't able to see the navigator toolbar, means the navigator option, means the user can select from the edit menu, and the user can select the navigator option on the edit menu, or the user can press the shortcut key is Control Shift and F5. So by pressing these 3 keys, the user can view the navigator option, the navigator toolbar. And mostly the navigator is used to navigate within the elements and within the document, among the elements to various elements within the document. So that is the main purpose of the navigation.